Hey man, I just want to quickly discuss something that I think is quite a good productivity tip to get through those things that we either procrastinate on or that we tell ourselves we don't know the solution to. So notice the problems you know how to fix. Notice the problems that you already know what to do. So for example, okay, if you notice that you've got poor mental health, right? So we notice you've got poor mental health and you ask yourself, you really ask yourself, what can I do to improve my mental health? You probably know. You probably know at least a few things. So either be it, spend less time on your phone, eat better, train, sleep better, meditate, gratitude, show love to the people you care about. All those things. You probably know at least some of those. Again, I'll show you another one, right? So I notice a problem here, which is my skin. Okay, my skin just does not fucking like me right now. But if you ask me, what can you do to improve your skin? Okay, so you'd want to have less dairy. You'd want to use like a cold press on your face. You'd want to get adequate sunlight, which I do, but that hasn't actually worked because I'm still drinking dairy and stuff. Get a lot of sleep. Obviously, washing your face is a no-brainer. And some things like with skin, there's stuff you can do to improve it, but when you are in your teens, like 19, like I am, you are prone to having acne. Like it's a phase that you can go through, and you can just stop having it when you're older, even if you eat the same. But there are things you can do. If you ask someone, okay, you've got this problem, what can you do for it? They've probably already noticed this problem previously, and they already know some of the things they can do, and they're just not doing it. So here's what we've done then. We've looked at the problems that we are looking at. We've figured out what the solutions are. So the last step then is just the action. It's just taking the steps to do the things to achieve our end goal. So our end goal is better mental health. Okay, meditate for 5 minutes a day, get 8 hours of sleep, eat right, hit gym a few times a week. So those are the solutions that we've identified for our problem. The last thing is to take the action. Arguably the easiest and the hardest thing. But once you know what to do, it's easier to do it, but you've also got to conjure up the will to do it. You've all heard this before, where there's a will, there's a way. This is absolutely true. So what I like to do that helps me stay motivated for the things that I don't always want to do, like sometimes I don't want to meditate, but it helps me to just do it anyway in spite of not wanting to. And what it is that helps me to do that then is to use fear as a motivator. Okay, I'll explain by the way. We're just going to use the mental health one. If I notice I've got poor mental health and I know I need to be meditating, I'll look at it and I'll go, okay, what happens if I don't do it? What happens if I completely don't focus on my mental health? You use fear, right? So you use the worst case scenario. Okay, well, you'll get depressed and you'll hate your life. When you throw that option at yourself, you then go, oh, well, it'd probably be easier to just meditate instead of having to deal with that, right? Same as exercise. If you're struggling to exercise and that is your main struggle, you know that you need to get in better shape, you know how to get in better shape, but you aren't taking the action, genuinely, picture yourself in 10 years doing the same shit you are doing. You'll probably look like shit. You'll probably feel like shit. You'll probably be shit. So, we identify the fear factor, we identify the worst case scenario, and then we use that to fuel the action which will prevent that outcome, because we're going to get the opposite outcome, which is the outcome you get from taking the action and doing the thing. So that's what I'd recommend personally. I think if you can identify problems that you know the solution to, then you obviously, you think over the solutions, because you already probably have thought the solutions for some of your issues. You think over the solutions, you decide what it is that you can do to improve that area of your life, and then improve it, and then do it, and then you're going to be in a better situation. Again, when it comes to taking action, what works for me, and this might work for you as well, is to use fear to motivate you. Use the worst case scenario, use what you don't want to happen to then make it happen the way you want it to. You understand? So if you found this helpful, found this informative, please leave a like, subscribe, comment, tell me your thoughts. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.